Hello and welcome back to Jim's Cooking Adventures. My name's James Ramsden, but you guys can call me Jim. If you guys watch the pilot, you'll know that we're going to do something with microwave dinners today. Now I had a bit of a change of heart since that, but I've come up with something I'm pretty sure you guys will like, so let's run inside the kitchen and get started.
I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, eh? To hold it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you fall into.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this microwave dinner, which is a butter chicken, and we're going to make our own butter chicken. And at the end, we're going to compare the two. So it's relatively straightforward. We've just got some chicken thigh, which is better to use for this kind of cooking because you can overdo breast and then it becomes dry and kind of stringy. Chicken thigh is a lot harder to overcook. We're also using some long grain rice, and since we're uni students and we'd like to feel like we're achieving something without actually doing a whole lot, we're just going to use some butter chicken sauce, simmering sauce from the jar. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just going to pop the lid off the jar for now. And now I'm going to get started with the chicken. Now this is really simple. You're just going to dice it up into little cubes, just so, because we're going to put it in the simmer sauce and we're going to cook it like that. So first things first, we've got to dice it up into little pieces. Now what I'm cooking at the moment, this will feed 4 people. Now it's a bit more expensive than just buying a single microwave dinner, but the difference is that this will last for a few days. You know, you can have it for tea one night and lunch the next day, which I have done a few times actually, just because I find it really tasty. I can cut this up again. And you just cut it up into little cubes. You're going to do that with every bit of chicken thigh until you're done. Now this is actually going to take a little while to cook because we've got the rice cooker here, which we're going to put the rice in. And that's going to take 20 to 25 minutes, I believe. And then you need to let this chicken simmer in the sauce for about 40-45 minutes because there is nothing worse than undercooked chicken. Alright, and that is all the chicken diced. Now that that's all done, that's about 600 grams of chicken, so that's more than enough for what we're doing. Now all we need to do now is we just need to dump that in this pot. Now we're going to dump it all in the pot and we're going to add the sauce on top. And what we need to do with that is we just need to make sure all the chicken's covered with the sauce because it needs to simmer for about 40-45 minutes. Once that's started, we'll start with the rice. Now, this calls for 1 cup of rice, I believe, and it's roughly, for long grain white rice, which we're using, it's 1 3/4 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. That's the ratio you've got to use. Because if you use too little, it won't cook properly, and if you use too much, it'll become gluggy, and you do not want gluggy rice. Just going to make sure I get all the sauce out of this tub, so it doesn't have to have a little bit extra liquid. Now all we need to do is pop this on the heat and begin to let it simmer. Alright, now I'm just going to place this on the large jet, because we need to get some heat going through it. So let's just get started. There we go. Place you on there. And we just need to make sure that all the chicken's covered by the sauce. Just give that a good mix, get it all nice and mixed in. There we go. And now we need to keep an eye on this because this needs to simmer, not boil. Otherwise it'll burn the bottom and the whole taste will go all the way through it, and that's not very appetizing at all. Alright, now that's nice and simmering away, and now it's time for us to measure our rice. Because that's going to take 40-45 minutes to cook all the way through, but the rice is going to take 20 to 25 minutes in the pressure cooker, so we may as well measure this now. Alright, now today I'm using white long grain rice, because that's good to use for what we're making. And the water to rice ratio is 1 cup of rice to 1 3/4 cups of water. Now depending on different types of rices you use, you require different amounts of water. But before I put this in the pressure cooker, I'm just going to give it a rinse. Rinse under cold water just to get rid of some of the extra starch that may be on the rice. Now that's nice and rinsed. I'm just going to get some of the water off it. And now it's time to put this in the rice cooker. Now, as I mentioned, we're using 1 3/4 cups of water. So I've got a jug here, and I'm just going to fill this up with cold water. Now all we need to do is wait until it's time to put the rice on. And that's about it. Alright, so that's been simmering away for about 20 minutes now, which means it's time to start our rice. Now I've already put the rice in the rice cooker, now it's just time to add the water. Now once that's done, we just need to select what cook mode we're using. Now this rice cooker has saute, risotto, rice and keep warm. So as you can imagine, we're going to be using rice. So we just need to turn it on and select rice. And that's all it is to it. That's going to go for 20-25 minutes. It'll beep when it's done. There we go, it's off now. So we just need to leave that just the way it is. It's fine right now. Well, now that the rice is in the pressure cooker and that's simmering away, I suppose it's time for me to tell you what my potential schedule is. Now, I'm on my mid-semester break at the moment, so I've been able to make a few of these videos. But once I go back to uni, I'm only going to be able to film once a week. So we're looking at a once week video. I would like to do 2 a week, but I just can't make that work with my uni schedule. So I'll be 1 a week until probably the end of the year when I can start uploading 2 videos a week. I'm also planning to do a bit more. I'm going to try and mix it up, do sweet and savoury, as well as I'm planning to do a fishing special towards the end of this season, where I'm actually going to go out, catch a fish, and then we're going to cook that here. So that should be fun to do because I really like fishing. Yeah, so that's my potential schedule for the moment. If that changes, I'm able to upload more, or something comes up and I'm not able to make any, I'll let you know. But as it stands, 1 video a week sounds like it'll be what I can accomplish at the moment. A little bit of cleaning up, and I've just noticed that the rice cooker's going really well. The rice is boiling away. So that's coming along nicely. If you follow me, I've moved the butter chicken onto a smaller jet. I'll just turn that up a little bit, because it was a little bit too hot on the other one. But that is also coming along really well, and that is, it's almost done. So that rice should be beeping in a few minutes, just let me know it's all done. Which means when that's done, I'll throw our microwave dinner into the microwave, which is, this rice has been sitting out the whole time we were cooking, and it's still pretty solid. I'm pretty sure you could kill a man with how solid this rice is, if I was to throw it at someone. Yeah, so almost done, and when those are done, we'll throw this in, and then it'll be time for us to do our comparison. Alright, now everything's almost done. This will be done in a few minutes, and that's just keeping warm basically. So that means it's time to get our microwave dinner ready. Now it is like one of the most simplest things to ever prepare I've ever seen in my entire life. You just stab a few holes in it, and you just whack it in the microwave. Now our microwave has a frozen dinner setting, and it asks for the amount of what you're cooking. One amount, and just start it. That's all you do. So while that's nuking, this is almost done, and that's just basically keeping warm now, so it'll be taste test time in just a matter of minutes. Alright, I'm just going to mix some of this rice through, and that doesn't smell too bad. There's nothing spectacular, but that's not too bad at all for what we paid for. We only paid a few bucks, I think. So we'll give my one a go now. Yeah. My one's definitely better. We did pay a little bit more for all the ingredients and all that, but the chicken's more flavoursome, and that was actually, I mean, it wasn't all, that was a little bit bland. Yes, I guess that's all for this video, so if you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I think next time I'm going to cook something original. It's one of my own inventions, so if you want to see what that is, stay tuned to find out. Catch you later, guys.